Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into a fascinating world where you are the architect of your own biology. We're talking about biohacking, the art and really the science of taking control of your body's systems to unlock your absolute best self. Think about it for a second. We all have had those days. You feel tired, foggy, just off, and you have no idea why. We're always treating symptoms, but the real root cause? It just stays hidden inside this black box. But what if we could finally take a look inside? And that is the core promise of biohacking. It's about making this huge shift from just guessing to actually measuring. It's all about using data and tech to treat your body not as some kind of mystery, but as a system, one that we can understand, we can analyze, and we can optimize for peak well-being. So where do you even start with all this? Well, the great news is the biggest wins often come from the absolute simplest changes. So, welcome to Level 1. These are foundational habits you can literally start today for some pretty immediate benefits. First up is sleep. And let's be super clear about this. It is the single most powerful performance enhancer we have, period. Biohackers don't just sleep, they optimize it. It starts with tracking, knowing your deep sleep, your REM sleep. From there, you engineer your environment. Make it cool, make it pitch black, and this one's crucial, unplug from all screens at least an hour before bed. That blue light is literally telling your brain, hey, stay awake. Next up, let's talk about when you eat. This is the big idea behind intermittent fasting. By eating all your meals in a shorter window, say 8 hours, you give your body a much longer break from digesting. And that triggers this incredible process called autophagy. You can think of it like your body's own cellular cleaning crew, going through and clearing out old, damaged cells to make way for fresh, new ones. Okay, so from a simple tweak to your eating schedule, let's look at another habit that requires just a tiny time investment for a huge hormonal payoff. We're talking just 2 to 3 minutes a day. I mean, what could that possibly do?
Well, that's the power of a daily cold shower. Yeah, just a couple of minutes under that cold water triggers a massive release of norepinephrine. This is a key hormone and a neurotransmitter, and it's responsible for sharpening your focus, lifting your mood, and fighting inflammation. It might just be the toughest 2 minutes of your day, but the biological reward is absolutely immense.
Okay, so once you've dialed in those foundational habits, you can start to add some targeted support to the system. And that brings us to Level 2, supplements and nootropics. So nootropics, sometimes called smart drugs, are all about enhancing your brain function. A really popular strategy is stacking, where you combine things for an even better effect. Take a look at that first one, caffeine plus L-theanine. We all know caffeine, right? But the L-theanine, which you find in green tea, it kind of smooths out those jitters and gives you this really clean, calm focus. Other powerful tools here are things like creatine for brain energy, lion's mane for focus, and cordyceps for physical energy and endurance. Okay, I have to pause here and be absolutely crystal clear about this next point. This is not medical advice. The entire point of biohacking is personalization. What works wonders for one person could be totally useless or even harmful for you. So the rule is simple, and it's non-negotiable. Always talk to a medical professional before you start any new supplement routine. All right, we've covered habits, we've covered supplements. Now let's take a little peek into the future. A future that's actually already here. Level 3 is where technology gives us this unprecedented look inside our own bodies, with tools that honestly feel like they're straight out of science fiction, but they are very real. A perfect example of this is the continuous glucose monitor, or CGM. For the first time ever, you can just stop guessing how food is affecting your energy. You can see, in real time, right on your phone, exactly how that bowl of oatmeal or that supposedly healthy smoothie is spiking your blood sugar. It's the difference between flying completely blind and having a live data dashboard for your own metabolism. It's a game changer. And the frontier here is just always expanding. People are using things like red light therapy to improve how their cells produce energy, and diving deep into longevity and epigenetics. This is the extreme end of the spectrum, of course, famously shown by tech entrepreneur Brian Johnson in his project Blueprint, a multi-million-dollar attempt to scientifically reverse his own biological age. And that right there brings us to the most important takeaway of all this. Biohacking isn't just one thing, it's a whole spectrum.
It can be as simple and as free as taking a cold shower, or as incredibly complex as mapping your entire genome. There is no single right way. You are the architect. You get to choose the blueprint. This really gets to the heart of the whole biohacking mindset. We obsess over the technology in our pockets, right? Our phones, our laptops. But the most advanced, the most complex, the most responsive piece of technology you will ever own is your own body. It's running millions of complex biological programs every single second of every day.
So the final question really is this. If you own the most sophisticated piece of tech on the entire planet, isn't it time you started reading the owner's manual? Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.